I was privileged to met with both Packard. The company had a number of critical. In fact, I was vivid memory of my first couple of weeks. I was privileged to met with both Packard and Hewlett, and in fact, I have a vivid memory of my first couple of weeks at HP.
We wanted to build a very rugged computer that would operate in planes and trucks and jeeps and what have you, with a large percentage of our market being the U.S. government for military applications.
The high school that I went to generated 3 Nobel Prizes. One is Arthur Kornberg, who was my teacher upstairs. Another one is Jerome Karl, who's from the U.S. Naval Research Labs.
The company had a number of critical go-out-of-business moments.
And that was a sort of club, a difficult place to sell into, because we had a new philosophy about that. We said, we'll just make a product and you can buy it, if you like it.
Each of us was students of Sophie Wolf. She wasn't even a teacher. She was a woman who tended the stockroom that doled out the supplies and the pieces of equipment for each of the classes.
It's when things are going really bad and the sky's falling and there's landmines everywhere that you really get to test somebody's character.
Dave Packard, who's a very tall man, came walking over towards me while I was in line and in fact about to receive my cup of coffee from the standard HP coffee urn.
But she loved young people, and so she formed this club. And she had this remarkable quality of, as I was saying, pushing you to think in terms of asking questions that you could approach on a discovery basis rather than just having somebody tell you the answers. And I think I've always done that with students that I've had.
What I found different about starting the company was my emotional attachment to every up and down. Now I felt like I had, 10 people, 20 people, 30 people, hundreds of people, thousands of people's, a livelihood counting on making this work.
The traditional way the military went about buying computers was to say, here's a contract, go design a computer for this plane, we'll buy 200 or 400. And it was always a new invention, a new set of products, a new set of software, a new set of hardware.
So a defensive thing I learned over the years was if I didn't get excited about the good things, it gave me permission to not get depressed about the bad ones.
And each of us sort of points back to her as somebody who had an important influence on our sort of the way we develop.
Very expensive, a very costly process and time-consuming process. We said, whenever you need a computer, just call us and we'll get you one within 30 days.
Because the high school actually has named one whole wing of the school, which is a fairly large high school with something like 5,000 to 6,000 students, the Sophie Wolf Science Wing. One floor is named for me, one for Kornberg, and one for Karl.
And I kind of stepped back and I allowed, of course, the chairman of the board of Hewlett Packard to get his coffee before me, and he reached his hand out to me and he says, I believe you're new to HP, I'm Dave Packard.
So you kind of, and I see this in a lot of people, you just sort of get calm. And you in the face of corporate crisis or product crisis or whatever it is, you stay calm because you're just not allowing yourself to get that depressed. But you got to counter that by not getting that excited, the next big win.
And in fact, after that, he did go to the end of the line to get a cup of coffee. I remember that distinctly. He did not break into the line.